It's Young Hustle in the house. What? You already know how this shit go. Marathon, whoa. Hey, it's Young Hustle when I'm about to make it crack. Got a rollie on my wrist and my city on my back. Shout out the bitches on the stage getting racks. Told her it's a marathon, now she out here running laps. Hey, chip on my shoulder for niggas that hated on us.
Did you think he had any reason to know that you were with Eric at that point? I don't think so. No. He probably seen us get out of the car. Maybe. Okay, so you don't know. I'm asking you to speculate. Oh, I don't know. But what I'm wondering is, can you point to something that would suggest to you he definitely knew you were together? Was there anything that was said? Did you say anything to Eric? Did he say anything to you in front of Nipsey that would indicate the two of you were together? I don't think so, because I even told the friend, like, I'm waiting on him to get done talking. I didn't even say, like, I'm with Eric or nothing. I was just like, I'll wait for him to get through talking. Okay. That's what I told the friend. So, obviously, at some point, the friend must have communicated to Nipsey that you were waiting for a picture, because the next thing you know, Nipsey turned to you and said, I'll take a picture with you. Right. How did you feel about that? About the picture? About Nipsey talking directly to you and saying, come on, I'll take this picture with you. I felt honored, like, you know, that he didn't like turn me away or nothing. Okay. Did he seem real cool? Yes. Approachable? Yes. Friendly? Yes. And did you end up taking a picture with him? Yes. Tell us how that happened. When he said that he was ready, I did the selfie of the picture, hold my phone up and just took the picture like that. You caught the both of you in the picture? Yes. Were you smiling? Yes. Okay, and what happened after you took the picture? Miss Annalie Roca, hold on a second. So when you were indicating that you took a picture with him, you held up your right hand and put it off to your right, correct? The witness, correct. As if you were holding a phone? Correct. Thank you. Go ahead. By Mr. McKinney. What happened after you took that picture? I went to the car after that. When you went back, did you go immediately back to the car? Yes. Did you say anything to Eric at all? No. When you left to go back to the car, was Eric still there in that same group with Nipsey? Yes. What did you do when you got back to your car? When I got back to the car, I had posted it on Facebook. Okay. Why did you want a picture with Nipsey? I was just like, oh, you know, like seeing a celebrity, you know, just because I know he was a celebrity. Okay. And to show my friends. Is that also why you posted it on Facebook? Yes. And did you do that while you were sitting there in the car? Yes. When you were posting that photo, was Eric still in the group with Nipsey, or had he walked away? He was still there. So you posted it immediately when you got back to the car? Yes. Now at that point, are you thinking, wow, today's a good day? Yes. Were you happy? Yeah. I was like, oh, today turned out cool, you know? I thought it was gonna be like a boring day, but it turned out cool. Everybody was having fun. Did you have any idea at all that something bad was gonna happen that day, at that point? No. Miss Annalie Roca, I just want to remind you when you're answering questions to say yes instead of yeah, okay? The witness, yes. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. By Mr. McKinney. After you posted the picture, what happened next? After I posted the picture, I was waiting on him in the car. Eric, he went back into the Master Burger, and then he came back out and came back to me and was like, "Oh, I need $2 for the food that he had ordered." I didn't have $2. I only had $5. So I gave him $5 to get the food. Okay. Did you give him $5? Yes. What, if anything, did you see him do after you gave him the money? He went back in there to get the food. At that time, I had found the parking spot, so I parked right in front of Master Burger to wait on him. Okay. And you're showing us the south side of the parking, right in front of the Master Burger restaurant, correct? Correct. Is it at that point that you were able to see inside of the restaurant and see that red bench? Yes. That you identified in Grand Jury Exhibit 8, I believe. Yes. What did you see Eric do after he walked out of the Master Burger with his food? He came back to the car. Okay. Did you see whether he walked back over to where Nipsey was briefly? I think he did. I'm not really sure. I think he just came back to the car. Okay. And during the time that the two of you were at the plaza, at that time, was he walking around without his shirt on? Yeah. Miss Annalie Roca. Is that a yes? The witness. Yes. By Mr. McKinney. When he got back in the car with his food, did the two of you sit there for a while, or did you immediately leave the parking lot? Sat there for about, just like a little bit. I was backing out. Once he got in the car, I was backing out. And then he was like, "Wait, I want to, eat my food or whatever, right here." So we stopped like right here. And then he wanted to tell me that he wanted to eat his food here. So he was like, I was like, "Well, not right here, So he wanted to drive around the alley so he can eat the food. Okay. So with the cursor, you said that as you backed into the larger space between the two rows of cars is where he said, "Wait here, I want to eat my food." Yes. And you said to him, "Not right here." Yeah. I was just like, "You want to eat it right here?" And then he was just like, "Yeah." Or I was just like, "You want to eat it right here." Miss Annalie Roca. And you're using the cursor to point to the parking lot? The witness. Yes, the part of the parking lot because we were sitting right there for a minute, and then he was like, he wanted to eat his food here, and I'm just like, "Not right here, So then he was like, "Well, we could just drive around." By Mr. McKinney. So what did you do? We drove around. Right here. We came out, drove around the little plaza thing, around to the back, around here. That was like one time. Okay, let me stop you there because you're doing some things with the cursor. Okay. I think you're getting a little happy with my cursor. Oh, okay. All right. So, at some point you left the lot and you left through the second driveway? Yes. That is east of the one you entered onto Slauson Avenue, correct? Correct. Once you were onto Slauson, where did you go? Tell me and I'll move the cursor. Okay. Went around like where 58th Street is at. On this exhibit, there's a street marked as 58th Place. Did you go around there? Yes. Okay. Now, did you go from Slauson up to the corner of Crenshaw and turn down Crenshaw? Yes. Okay. And then did you go all the way down to 58th Place and turn here? Yes. And where did you go when you got to 58th Place? Miss Annalie Roca, let me stop you for a minute. So you made a right onto 58th Place from Crenshaw Boulevard, is that correct? The witness. That's correct. Okay. So now you're on 58th Place. Right. By Mr. McKinney. Where did you go next? Went around in like a circle towards the going back towards the plaza. Okay, let me go back to an exhibit I showed you earlier. This shows a wider view of Crenshaw. So your testimony so far is that you left the parking lot onto Slauson, turned right onto Crenshaw, turned right onto 58th Place, and then did you just go around the block? Yes. So that means you continued on 58th Place. It looks like there's a street here that's unmarked. Did you make a right onto this street, the first street that you could? Right, Miss Annalie Roca. And you're referring to a street that's in between Crenshaw and West Boulevard by Mr. McKinney. This street is right in between those two major streets, correct? Correct. Okay, so you made a right onto this unmarked street on the exhibit. And then what did you do when you got to Slauson? That's a left. That's another right. Oh, it's another right. Another right. As we driving, he's pulling out the gun right now and he's loading it with the bullets and everything like that. Like putting it in there and everything. Kind of holding it towards the window but not. And I was just like, you're not gonna do a drive-by in my car. Alright, stop right there. Now, as I'm tracing the cursor along Slauson heading east back towards the plaza that you just left, you said you saw him with the handgun, correct? Correct. What did the gun look like? It was the black 9mm that was in the photo that you showed me. Okay. Had you seen him with that gun on that day, before that moment? No. That's the first time that day you saw him with any gun. Is that correct? Correct. You said you were driving along, you look over and see him with the gun in his hand. Is that true? That's true. Did you see where he got the gun from? No. He pulled it out so fast, I don't know where he got it from. Was your passenger side window up or down at that moment? It was down. It was down, like kind of cracked a little bit, but it was down enough. And you said he was doing something to the gun as he was holding it, correct? Correct. What did you see him doing? I saw him loading the bullets into the magazine. Okay. What is a magazine, for those who don't know? Magazine is where you put like the bullets in. It's like the handle of the gun. It's like a gun with something else inside of it. All right. So is a magazine a part of a gun that gets inserted into the bottom of the handle? Yes. Okay. And in that insert is where bullets are placed. Is that your understanding? Yes, that's my understanding. How do you know about that? I took the test to get a gun permit. So on the permit, they tell you like, what's the part of the gun? You know, the different parts of it, the different types of bullets. All that is on the test. Okay, so you took a test to possess a gun legally. Correct. Do you own a gun? Not yet. All right. So, but during that time, you learned some parts of a gun. Is that correct? Correct. So did you see actual bullets inside the magazine? Yes. Did you see him put the magazine into the bottom of the handle of the gun? No. You just saw him doing what? He was just loading it in there, in the magazine.